Episode 11. Time Intelligence in DAX. We have measures, a star schema, and a calendar table marked as the date dimension. Now we can finally answer the questions every finance team gets asked first thing every Monday. What's revenue year to date? How does that compare to prior year? Are we trending up or down? These are the questions DAX has a dedicated function family for, and once the calendar is in place, most of them collapse to one or two lines. Five questions to land today. Why the calendar table mattered, and mark as date table, year to date with TOTALYTD, prior year with SAMEPERIODLASTYEAR, month over month variance, and the four pitfalls that break the first version of every time intelligence measure. By the end, you'll have 5 working measures landing on KPI cards and line charts. The Monday morning questions finally answered. Episode 9 ended with a small ceremony. We marked the calendar table as the date dimension. At the time, it looked optional. It isn't. Every time intelligence function in DAX assumes there's a single, unambiguous date column to operate on, with one row per date in the reporting range, including dates with no transactions. TOTALYTD, SAMEPERIODLASTYEAR, dates YTD, DATEADD, PARALLELPERIOD. All of them quietly walk up the model to the date dimension, ask where the canonical date column is, and use it. If you skip mark as date table, the time intelligence functions either error out or silently return wrong numbers. The same is true if you try to do time intelligence using the journal's posting date directly. Slow days, weekends, and holidays will be missing from the date range, and TOTALYTD will report a partial year-to-date. Always go through the calendar. This is the moment in the model build where Episode 9's foundation pays off. TOTALYTD is the most used time intelligence function in finance. It computes a running total from the start of the fiscal year up to the current date in context. 2 arguments: the measure to total and the date column in the calendar. That's the entire measure. 1 line. Drop it on a card next to a date slicer and watch it work. Pick any date and the card shows revenue from January 1st up to that date. As you scrub through the months, the running total grows. The natural follow-on is fiscal year. Most finance teams don't run on a calendar year. Fiscal years can start in April, July, October, or anywhere their treasurer felt like in 1987. TOTALYTD takes an optional third argument for the fiscal year end. The string is the last day of the fiscal year, month-day, June 30th, here. That single argument is the difference between a measure that's right for accounting and a measure that's right for nobody. Variants exist for quarter and month, called TOTALQTD and TOTALMTD. Same shape, different period, Year-to-date is the one that matters most. A year-to-date number is interesting. It's twice as interesting next to last year's year-to-date. SAMEPERIODLASTYEAR shifts whatever date range is currently in context backward by exactly 1 year, then evaluates a measure under that shifted context. Wrap the YTD measure in Calculate, pass SAMEPERIODLASTYEAR as the filter. Done. The filter takes the dates currently visible, say January through September of this year, shifts them back 12 months, and evaluates the year-to-date measure under that. Drop both Revenue YTD and Revenue YTD-PY on a line chart, with the calendar's month on the x-axis. You get the classic two-line chart that anchors every finance dashboard. This year and last year, side by side, growing through the year. A more general version uses DATEADD, which lets you shift by any interval. Same result. DATEADD is what you reach for when you need a non-yearly shift. Last quarter, last month, 2 weeks ago. SAMEPERIODLASTYEAR is the cleaner one-liner for the most common case. Year-to-date and prior year answer the strategic questions. Month-over-month answers the tactical one. Did this month do better than last month? The pattern is 2 measures. The current month's revenue, which is just the existing total revenue in a monthly visual, and a measure that returns last month's value, using DATEADD with a -1 month shift. Variance is then straightforward arithmetic. Total revenue minus revenue PM. And percent variance with the divide by zero guard from episode 10. Divide a variance over revenue PM with 0 as the safe fallback. Drop the percent variance on a KPI card. Configure the conditional formatting so positive variances are green and negative are red. Now there's a card whose color tells you the answer before you read the number. And the year boundary case is handled automatically. January's previous month is last year's December. DATEADD walks the calendar table using actual dates, so January's offset lands on last year's December, no off by 10 on the first month. The variance percent gotcha. Some prior period genuinely will be 0. A new product launched mid-quarter. A region that came online in March. If you write percent variance with the plain division operator, the moment revenue PM is 0, you divide by 0. DAX returns infinity, which the visual renders as a dash. The whole card collapses into garbage. Divide is the safe alternative. 2 values to divide, plus a third argument. The value to return when the denominator is 0. Usually 0. Sometimes blank, depending on what you want the visual to show. Any time intelligence percent measure goes through divide, never through the slash. Sooner or later you'll hit a quarter where the prior period genuinely was 0. Divide is one extra word for permanent dashboard safety. 4 pitfalls break most first-pass time intelligence measures. First, forgetting Marca's date table. SAMEPERIODLASTYEAR and DATEADD silently return wrong numbers if the calendar isn't marked. The fix is in the Modeling tab. Marca's date table, choose the Date column once, immediately after creating the calendar. Second, using the Facts Date column. The journal's posting date skips the dates with no postings. Always pass the calendar's date column, never the facts date. Third, slicing through the facts date directly. TOTALYTD respects the calendar's date filter. Slice through the calendar, the relationship propagates to every fact. Slice through the journal directly, and the year-to-date measure ignores the slicer. And fourth, the divide by 0. The slash will eventually fire. Divide with a third argument fallback is the one-line guard. By the end of this episode, you should have 5 working time intelligence measures. Revenue year-to-date with TOTALYTD. Revenue YTD prior year with SAMEPERIODLASTYEAR. Revenue PM with DATEADD. The 2 month-over-month variances, 1 absolute and 1%. Drop them on KPI cards. Drop them on a line chart with month on the x-axis. Watch them respond as the date slicer moves. Next time, the season finale. Finance dashboard end-to-end. We take the AtlasParts star, the DAX measures from episodes 10 and 11, and assemble the actual board pack on one page. Episode 12, the season finale. Finance dashboard end-to-end. Star schema plus DAX plus layout. Revenue trend. Gross margin by region. AR aging. Budget versus actual. All on one page. Download the AtlasParts dataset and the Episode 11 starter file. Link in the description.